Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, At Home with Willowberry. Or if you're new, welcome. But where have you been? I'm so happy to see you here. My name is Valerie, and in today's video, we decided to spend the day outdoors. We have some planting to do down in the garden patch, and then we want to work on the chicken run. It was an absolutely gorgeous day here in the Virginia mountains, so if you're interested in what we've been up to, then I hope you'll stick around and enjoy the video. How are you all doing today? I sure hope you're having the best day ever wherever you're watching from in this great big old world of ours. We're doing pretty good. Life has been pretty busy around here with the end of school activities, track meets, graduation party planning, and caring for our sweet little baby chicks. The chicks are getting quite big and are just about ready to move out to the chicken coop, so we've been working hard to build a safe and secure chicken run for them. We've also been working out in the orchard. We've been busy putting fencing around the trees in order to protect them from the wildlife. Just trying to keep the trees, my flowers, and the vegetable garden watered has been a big chore all on its own. Thankfully, Tim was able to install a new water hose bib off the front porch, so now it's much easier to water the flowers out there. Today we have a few more vegetables that we want to plant in the garden. We want to add some squash, cucumbers, and tomatoes to the garden patch, and then I think we'll be finished planting for the season. We're going to work in the garden this morning, and then later today we plan to continue work on the chicken run. It's going to be a busy day here on our little homestead, so if you're ready, let's get to work. The vegetables have all been watered, so now we're ready to get to planting. Tim found some cucumber plants at Lowe's, and I picked up some squash, tomato plants, and marigolds at a local greenhouse nursery. We need to get them in the ground before it gets too late, so today's the day. We're planting the cucumbers here in the raised bed beside the onions, and then I'm going to plant the marigolds. According to Google, marigolds are an excellent addition to gardens, offering vibrant colors and several benefits like pest control and attracting pollinators. Well, all right, y'all, it's time to plant some vegetables. What a gorgeous day, y'all. This spring has been so nice, and we've enjoyed every minute that we've gotten to spend outdoors working on our little homestead. I can't believe it's already May. This year is flying by. Before we know it, it will soon be summertime, and I can't wait. We've already booked our annual beach trip. It's always fun planning out our summer vacation, and I tell you what, I'm so ready to go sit on the beach and play in the ocean, that's for sure. Well, y'all, that's enough daydreaming for now. Here I'm planting the squash plants, and then Tim will plant the tomatoes. We're planting 2 varieties of tomatoes this year. We have 2 Roma tomato plants and 2 Sun Gold tomato plants. Last year, the deer totally destroyed our tomato plants, so we have plans to fence in the tomato plants this year. We're going to fence them in the same way we fenced in the fruit trees down in the orchard. Last year, our garden was decimated by the wildlife, so we're taking great care to protect our garden from them this year. Two tomato plants planted and just 2 more to go, and then we'll be finished planting our garden. Did you all see Sweet Milo? He's so full of lovin's this morning. He loves it when we spend time outside. He usually follows us all over the place as we're working on the homestead, and today it's been no different. I'm pretty sure Tim is his favorite human, and it's almost as if he can't get enough of them. Well, y'all, Tim is going to finish planting the tomato plants, and once he's finished, we thought we'd take you on a ride around the homestead before we get to work on the chicken run. Well, y'all, here we are at the mulch pile. Tim's going to load up the wagon with some mulch to bring to the chicken coop. We plan to spread mulch all around inside the chicken run so that our little chickens will have something to scratch around in. Our chickens are already 3.5 weeks old, and they're already outgrowing the tub that they've been living in. Some of the chickens have already found a way to get out of the tub. We found one of the chickens on the floor last night, so we need to hurry up and finish building the chicken run as soon as possible. Well, as you can see, we are here at the chicken coop. Tim and the boys built a base for the chicken run out of 4x6 boards, and they used rebar to secure it in the ground so it's not budging. The chicken run will eventually be screwed down to the wooden base. Today, we will be spreading mulch all around inside the base of the chicken run, and then we need to finish attaching the mesh to the frame of the chicken run, so that way the chickens will have a safe, secure place to run around in. I found this chicken run on Amazon, and to be honest, if we had it to do all over again, we would have just built the chicken run from scratch. I'm not crazy about this chicken run, but it will have to do for now. I really don't know how long it's going to last. You see, the mesh is attached to the frame with zip ties, and we've probably already used a couple hundred of them, and not to mention the mesh itself is a bit on the flimsy side. I just hope the mesh is strong enough to keep predators out. I'll be devastated if something gets into the chicken run and harms any of our chickens, that's for sure. Well, we're almost finished with the chicken run. We have just a few finishing touches left to do, and then it will be complete and ready for the baby chicks. So I guess this is where we will end the video for today. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you all again real soon. I hope you all have a great week. Bye, y'all.